So he's asking his team who fought first, because he's addressing who fought before. Did you fight before him or he fought before you? Because he's trying to address the fact that after you beat, you're calling him out.
Oh, squad. I've been chasing that Josh for the last month. I didn't count for the last month.
It's true.
So I'm thinking that, you know.
It's true. I've been calling him out. It's like, what, 2 years now? Come on, man. It ain't no. Shit, I'm talking about. We say one thing, Eddie come back and tell him another thing. But I'm sure he watched the videos. Bro. Everybody acting so dumbfounded, man. Y'all see the videos.
Let me make a statement.
They see the video. How long I've been calling him out?
No, let me say something.
Tell him. Preach to him.
Ortiz, a lot of people would say, why take this chance? Why take on a guy that's everybody says is in the top 3 or 4 heavyweights in the world? And there's one reason that this is happening, and that's Deontay. He forced this. He said, this is who I want. Don't talk to me about anything other than this, right? If a fighter wants a fight bad enough, he can make that fight happen. Joshua just has to tell Eddie, I don't want to hear nothing else. Deontay wins, I win. After that, I want Wilder. Yeah. Case closed, period. And it will happen. If he does that, it will happen. It's on the fighter. Sometimes the fighter has to make it happen. Yeah. Deontay does.
I don't want to hear about no mandatory. I've already done that. People talk about how you making all this money, then that should be easy to pay a mandatory. I did it. You know what I'm saying? They dug Ortiz, but I took the trash. I'm about to take the trash out. You know what I'm saying? If Joshua wants this fight, he can make it happen.
That's the thing.
No matter
you
what.
guys are bringing up money.
No matter
this
what.
is why I feel it won't happen.
Again, so I don't know if you know. He was offering to fight you in his first fight back after being over 2 years. I think he's smart.
We ain't worrying about you talking about the Fury joint.
But listen, they on the phone. They serious.
You know what I'm saying? Give me 2 fights, people will realize I'm worried. Let's get straight to it. Straight down to business.
Of course, it's easy. He'll say that about anybody else. He'll say that. He talking Dylan White.
He's gonna mention the phone call that him and Fury did.
There's good people around him, and I'm sure they'll sort it out. Man. You know what I mean? All a good timing. This fight.
How long I've been reaching out?
One side of me, I'm supporting him getting back whatever he needs. If he needs any support, I'm getting back there.
But he's even willing to give him support. That's what I was trying to do the last time I was here. Like, yo, bring Fury to camp so you can get that fight.
But it just
But that's the big money fight domestic.
That's gonna be that. We talking about unifying. He cannot unify without me.
These are his excuses.
That's exactly like anybody else. Povakin is an excuse. Ortiz, what's the other dude before Ortiz? They ducked Ortiz to fight the Pulev. Exactly.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's always everybody. Never mention my name. Why not? I'm the last remaining. After this fight or whatever, I'm gonna be the last remaining title holder. Why my name ain't mentioned? That's the problem. You know, it seems like when these guys fight me, it's like they train for a Rocky 3 movie or something. Everybody wanna beat me so bad that they give everything. Everything. Look at Ortiz. You ain't never seen this man show a video where he was running on the track. Ever.
Never.
You ain't never seen him doing pivot. But he fighting me, I say, wow. No, people gotta pay attention to these things. Guys train their ass out when they get ready to fight. They do things that you ain't never seen them do. They may say all this, he off balance and windmill and all that, but the fighters sure enough. They ain't listening to that bullshit. They getting their body right. Because they know they in for a tough fight on that night. And unfortunately, March the 3rd, it's King Kong night. And I'm so happy to be Tarzan. I'm about to tame this gorilla.
Just talk to us about your mindset in allowing Deontay to take this fight again, knowing what happened with Povetkin, then seeing that it happened again with Luis Ortiz, and just not knowing where Luis Ortiz is or what version you're going to get, and just having to take his word that it was blood pressure medicine.
I don't think that I allowed Deontay to take this fight. Deontay wanted this fight. He pushed this fight. He didn't have to fight Luis Ortiz. He could have said, he tested positive twice now. I don't want to hear his name again. He's a cheater. Leave him alone.
I got your brain in my scope. The planets I hold so dope you can't cope. Deadly. Deadly.
Oh, wow.
Deadly.
What up, champ?
What's going on with it? Y'all doing all right?
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Deadly.
What's going on, man? Everything good? Yeah, man. Appreciate it. When it comes to me, I have to be perfect. I have to fight the best. I can't look bad fighting them. I gotta win all the rounds, and I gotta knock them out. It's crazy. But it's only me, though. It's only me. And people hate a confident black man. I believe what I say. And anybody that don't believe what I say, I'm gonna show them. Because that's all I've done all my life. All my life. Oh, you ain't gonna do that. You ain't shit, you'll never be shit. So what I've done, I've proved them all wrong. If you don't believe what you see, continue to speak. Continue to say it. Because in the end, you're gonna be the fool. I promise you that. Nobody beat me in this heavyweight division. And these guys know. And a lot of guys in this division wish they had the confidence that I had. They wish they could say what I say. They don't say what I say because they're not sure if they're gonna win.
There's no denying that Ortiz is a tremendous fighter. He is undefeated, almost all knockouts, great amateur background, skill set is fantastic. He's in shape, he's gonna be ready. There's no excuses.
Well, speaking of excuses, Eddie Hearn seems to always have some, and one of those was Deontay needs to raise his profile. Now, we spoke about a few of the things that he's doing outside of the ring. Do you think that he's been able to establish at least what Eddie Hearns wants him to do in raising the profile to make the fight a bigger fight with this WAGS reality show and all the other things that he's been doing?
Well, my question would be, does Eddie think somehow the fight's not gonna sell? I mean, is there any level of not selling out as a hard sellout that one could envision?
I got one more excuse I need you to address, right? Now they're saying Anthony needs to fight Gerald Miller. He needs an American opponent to build up the fight in America before he fights the American heavyweight champion.
When I go to England, and shout out to Sky Sports for bringing me over there, working with them guys again. They gonna put me in the ring and all that. When I get into England and I tell them what the deal is, whatever, and I make the announcement like that, if they don't,
So you going in the ring this time?
Of course. Especially if he wins, I'm going in the ring since he don't know about what Hearn's saying and he misinterpreted what I'm saying because I know he see the videos. Come on, man, who don't? You know what I'm saying? So when that go about, when I tell them what I want to tell them, and that amongst all the people as well too, it ain't gonna be nothing there to say. After that, y'all got, you know, I'm gonna do my thing.
The win, you walking in his ring, because you seen the issue with him in Brazil.
Well, Brazil ain't no killer. Brazil ain't no real one. I'm a real one. And people understand and recognize a real one. Brazil ain't no threat. Come on, are you serious? But this one, come on, man. You know that.
So he ain't gonna ask Deontay what you gonna do tonight?
Come on, bro. Like I said, I come in peace until somebody disturbs my peace. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna be disturbing his peace.
I ain't
That's
gonna be
his ring.
Now that's boxing.
That's his post fight.
That's boxing. Hey, I didn't ask to be there. I was invited. So shit, people expect. See, this is the fucking thing about it. When I don't do nothing,
they get mad.
They get mad. When I do something,
you disrespectful.
They get mad. I can't win.
Catch 22.
I can't win for losing.
Outside looking in, he's got a lot going on. Flying back and forth, has a new reality show, having a child, wife is pregnant, so just those mood swings and the cravings while holding training camp. Is he the Deontay we need him to be to win this fight with all these distractions? He just flew out to LA for immediate work. I mean, he's all over.
Well, with anybody else, that would be a real concern. But Deontay has always been able to compartmentalize. He's been able to put the training thing in this box, and when he's here doing what he needs to do to be successful. I don't ever worry about Deontay's focus. If Deontay is somehow able to handle a Mount Everest of distractions for every fight and still perform at his best, and there aren't many people that can do that.
Look, I need 3 grown ass men. You stress out some good men to get your ass, man. You know, with me, I don't believe in Valentine's Day. I rarely celebrate it. You know what I mean? It don't make no sense to me. Something you do every single fucking day. You know, something that you're blessed to do every day, and when the day comes, I think it's just a marketing scheme. You know, it's just a money scheme. You know what I mean? Everybody making money. Exactly. Something to keep the poor poor. You know what I mean? But Deontay, you telling me on one day, this is where you show all your love and affection, and tomorrow you're an asshole tomorrow. And vice versa. I don't, not whoever supports it, it's just me. My people around me, we don't celebrate it. Even my girl, we don't celebrate that shit. We tell each other we love each other every day. Me and my baby, I love my girl, man. That girl right there, she's a strong woman. You know, she really supports me, have my back. You know, she like my best friend. So we have fun on the show, and we live our life. We allow people to come in and see our life for a little bit, and we enjoy it. So, you know, whatever happens, just know I did it out of love. You know what I mean? Every man need a woman.
Every man has a sex playlist. Every man has The Weeknd or some Heat Wave. What is the Deontay Wilder playing at night? You know? Because Enrique, you said you used The Weeknd, right? He said Division. And you said
Black. Black with the 6 o'clock.
I have no clue what that is.
I just listened to some shit on it today, bro.
Yeah, right?
The opponents that I face. You know, my main shit is R. Kelly, The Zoo. You ever heard The Zoo?
Yeah.
The Zoo.
Which one is The Zoo?
The Zoo?
Yeah, that's the song or album.
Yeah, all the animals on that shit.
My shit ended at Chocolate Factory.
I gotta